It's the time to get down.
So marijuana, it's that time. Marijuana for dummies, marijuana for dummies, marijuana for dummies. You know, I find that title to be insulting, but it's just that it was so catchy when I tried to change it to something else, people objected. So it's not really for dummies, because we know that people who smoke marijuana are a very intellectual, spiritual, wonderfully pleasant group of people, enjoyable to be around, to perhaps share some time, conversations, and maybe bone one or two. We're good people, and so you want to get to know us. That's what we think about marijuana people. They're not really dummies. Now, this show is really all about marijuana education, and so I want to let you know that today, this week, my choices, I always have a sativa for when I don't really want to feel the physical effects so much, but maybe just the cerebral kinds of effects. And this week, my sativa is Trainwreck. Wow. I don't know where to get these names, because normally I get more traditional stuff, but what happens is when I go to the dispensary, I have them choose. I just say, give me the best indica in the house, the best sativa in the house. I get about an ounce or so. And an ounce was costing about $210 for an ounce of weed before the tax. We're talking about it. But anyway, the indica I have is called Insane. Oh, well, don't ask me. That's scary names. Well, I don't know. Every dispensary gets to actually grow and distribute their own strain. So that's where a lot of these, some of the ones that are more known, I have traditionally like Sour Diesel or Super Jack. Those are strains that are actually more known nationally. So it's good, and it's good stuff. Now, one of the things you guys have got to be aware of is that the state of recreational marijuana, it may not be what we actually expect. That's what we're kind of waiting to see. Is it going to be that you walk in just like a liquor store, prove your age, and then buy marijuana without any kind of registration, any kind of photocopying of your driver's license or registering you? Because I think that's what people want when they talk about recreational marijuana. When I went to Amsterdam, and I went to the Bulldog Cafe. Where's my Bulldog? Here it is. Bulldog Cafe. Bulldog Cafe in Amsterdam. One of the most famous coffee houses. You can't call yourself a coffee house in the Netherlands unless you're selling marijuana. When I went there, it was like a health food bar that sold weed, if you could imagine that. Serving to coffee and mint tea, organic cakes and cookies. You know, no smoking of tobacco allowed. But you could smoke marijuana, and they would loan you pipes, give you papers. And they had a guy in the corner. You just went over to him, and he showed you a little chart. You bought some weed, and you either bought a pipe for $5 or something, or, like I said, they'll loan you a pipe and give you some papers. And you would go back to your table or counter. I sat at the counter, and you would roll up a joint right there, and they would bring you wonderful coffee. So great. So the coffee shop experience was a pleasant thing for everyone. Now, why for everyone? Because it kept the weed out the street. It kept it in a particular spot. I was thinking about even Las Vegas. I don't think any of us want, raise your hand, do we want people walking through the casino smoking a joint? I'm not that liberal. It's bad enough you drink it, but I guess if you could drink, why not? Well, that's another whole... I suggest you have a lounge where you go to the marijuana lounge, and in the marijuana lounge, you can buy marijuana and smoke marijuana. It'll be a big-ass lounge with some good music. In Amsterdam, what made it so wonderful, you guys, was the communal aspect. If you were my friend and you didn't smoke weed, you'd feel perfectly comfortable coming with me to the coffee house having coffee or mint tea, which they made wonderfully natural. They grabbed a handful of mint leaves, stuffed it in a cup, poured boiling water over it, and gave you a couple packets of honey and a couple cookies. They think they invented cookies. And that's what they're serving. I mean, wonderful stuff. So you had this whole simply wholesome experience going on at the weed store. And so, you know, I started every day. Every day. Every day. I got out the hotel and walked out the street to the dispensary and had my coffee and some weed. That's what I'm suggesting for here. I don't know if you're going to get that. And also, I don't know about the tax. Right now, for example, in Illinois, they're proposing $50 an ounce tax. That would knock an ounce of weed up from right now, it's about $210 here to like $260. I just feel that's, well, you know, I hope you buy some damn books. When you're going to tax it like that, I hope something good comes out of it. Because that's a lot of tax. That's a lot of tax. Well, let's see what happens. Because of the laws like this, you guys, you have a lot of paranoid gaps in the legislation too. I bet you didn't know that in Amsterdam, where they have marijuana for sale all over the city in coffee shops, that it's illegal to grow and distribute marijuana. So they say, if it's illegal to grow and distribute, how do you get to the coffee shops every day who have weed every day? Schizophrenic, right? All the Dutch do is they like to keep all their stuff in the right spot. That's what they do about their red light district. They wanted a nice little spot, cordoned, kept nice and clean and organized, and they want their weed the same way. I don't know if it's so much liberal as it is extremely practical. So, but that's the state of doing it. And let's see what happens here. What I'm wishing for you, because they have the same problem in Las Vegas right now where you can buy weed, but you effectively can't smoke it anywhere unless you have your own home. You're not allowed, technically, to smoke it in the hotels at all, even though people have been smoking in hotels forever. But you're not allowed to actually do that. And it's believed to be a $600 fine if they get you smoking in your car. Parked. The windows up. $600. So that's part of the schizophrenia. Allowing weed to be sold, but not allowing weed to be distributed. or in Las Vegas, where for the first 18 months, the distribution of recreational marijuana is through the alcohol companies. Explain that one. Okay. Anyway, we will see whether or not there's practical considerations applied here. Waiting to see California, where they just released the draft of the business rules and regulations, whereas, you know, Nevada voted in like October and it's instituted already. So there we go. All right. Everybody, that's marijuana for dummies! Yes! Oh! I'm smoking train, bro.